So just give me the rundown one more time. Just
I got questions.
okay, great. Unique New York. Okay, do I look shiny?
Like shiny,
Like I'm sweaty back here? Okay, great. And I'm looking at you, not the camera?
Actually, look at me. Look right at the camera. Let's go right at the camera.
Right at the camera, okay.
Yeah. What was your first job?
I had a lot of jobs when I was younger. My first job was working at, I guess my first real job was working at Grotto's Pizza in Long Neck. I was the guy who was bussing tables, doing dishes. You know, I worked as a host. I worked as a kitchen, pie maker, everything. You know, I was paying for cleats and planning for prom dates, so.
I started working at McDonald's, making $5 an hour, riding my bike a couple miles to get there.
My first job in the restaurant business was I was a busboy when I was 16 years old at Bennigan's.
When I moved in the country, the first job I got in Claremont Steak Shop. That was 25 years ago.
My brother knew somebody at the Starboard. I had to promise to clean toilets, which I've done a lot.
My start in the restaurant industry was literally making toasts on the weekends when I was 15 at the Starboard.
My first job was working at a Subway restaurant slicing meat in the back because I couldn't speak English.
I was 14. I washed dishes for a total of 2 months. I was the only dishwasher. I would come in after a lunch shift and I would have a mountain of dishes and pots and pans and spoons and plates, and it was a nightmare.
I had jobs outside of the restaurant industry, but even when I had those jobs, I always tended to have a part-time server position. I couldn't stay away. I really loved the energy and it always pulled me back in.
Right now I'm primarily a bartender. Sometimes I manage. I don't really know what I do actually. I'm there. I haven't got fired yet, so.
And they welcomed me with open arms, even knowing I had no experience. I was very young. And they said, we want you to be our host. So for me, it was like, I can host. So that was when I started, and that was 1994, I believe. And I've been here ever since.
I'm from a small country in Eastern Europe called Moldova. I came to the States 5 years ago to look for a better life, and I think I found it here in Delaware.
I came into the United States when I was 12. I'm originally from Mexico City. I started my first job in a restaurant was when I was 18 years old. I started as a busboy at Carrabba's and moved my way up.
Just growing up facing a lot of obstacles such as homelessness, depression, and just so many more, it was kind of hard to kind of think I would even have a job like this, to even be in college. It was hard to even imagine myself with the life that I have.
I used to frequent McGlynn's at People's Plaza often, and I applied for a job. The next day I said, man, there's no way I'm going to get a job as a manager when you apply at 11:30 at night after you've had a few beers. And I got a call from Bob Ashby, and he hired me, and eventually he offered me partnership, and probably one of the best moments of my life as far as my career goes.
My restaurant story starts at the Food Bank of Delaware in Milford, where I had the opportunity while in work release to start my life over again.
I'm currently at Supper Bites, working as a server, and I'm surrounded by a group of awesome people that give me energy to go forward in life, to do what I like to do, and I'm just doing the job that I love.
It's controlled, structured chaos. No matter how much you try to achieve or to work ahead, you never have any idea what's going to happen.
And that's why I love it. I mean, that's the most interesting thing about the business. I think it's forever changing. You have to be versatile, you have to be hardworking, you have to be able to do a lot of different things, you have to wear a lot of different hats to make for a fun, successful place. And I think that is what drew me and continues to draw me to the restaurant business, and why that is where I've made my life now.
Some jobs you go into every day and it's the drudgery of waking up and going to work, but every day I go to work passionate about seeing what we can create and serving the people awesome food and really inspiring young cooks as well. It's like nice to have a job and a profession where you go to work and you're passionate about it every day.
I'm a single mom to a 3-year-old girl, so I'm able to come to work and have a successful career, but I'm also able to pick her up from daycare and spend some time outside with her.
Part of the fun for me is I get to work with something that I'm incredibly passionate about,
food. It's ever changing. It's always something new, and I get to work with a really great group of diverse people.
Being surrounded by really awesome people in the industry is the best thing about the job. It's the lowest paying job I've ever had, but it's also the best job I've ever had just because of the people.
I have formed a large amount of lifelong friendships through the restaurant industry, people that no longer work in the restaurant industry or in Delaware that I'm still in contact with and are still, I feel, as some of my best friends.
Kind of funny, my dad often asks about my degree, which is in communications, and I say, sure, Dad, I'm communicating every day.
And there's nothing better than taking care of someone, you know, through service, through food, through an experience, and having them walk away and really feeling like that was the most magical experience of their life.
Eventually, if you work hard, you can go anywhere. So I guess for the generation out there is work hard and get good mentors, practice perfect every day.
This is definitely not for the faint of heart, but if you love it and you go all in and you put everything you got into what you're doing, it's gonna pay off. You just gotta be patient. Cheers to you, and time to crack some beers open.
Highly recommend the restaurant industry. It's a great, entertaining business to be in. Made a great living doing this, and most importantly, you get the opportunity to help a whole lot of people out there.
Some of these kids from Howard and Delta Castle, William Penn, they're restaurant ready now. We just need to get them in the door, and that's what ProStar's about. To be able to take that and that knowledge and everything that I've taken from everybody and to now give it to the kids is fantastic. I'm hoping to give the next bunch to these restaurants, because that's what this is about, to get them to be the next superstars. And that's what I'm looking forward to.
Coming from a place where I was told that the industry was not for me and that I wasn't going to make it, having people like Kip Poole or Xavier Teshida or Carrie Leishman tell me that I was successful and that I make people happy, that brought so much joy to me.
You can work your way up. You know, I started as a busser and here I am today as the general manager of a great restaurant. So the restaurant industry is definitely an industry where everybody can build their own success story.
I'm Alma Sauter and I am passionate.
I'm Nick, and I'm a team player.
I am creative. I get to work with my hands and work with great people every day.
I am a hospitalitarian.
I'm a little bit of everything.
I am somebody who loves bourbon.
I am always learning.
I am hopeful for the future.
And it's because of those 200 people that we employ with our companies. That's why I'm blessed.
I am proud to work at Harry's Hospitality Group.
I'm a leader.
And I am grateful.
I am shaping young minds.
I am a very passionate and ambitious person.
I am Jeff Madiger, and I am part of something special.
I'm Rex, and I'm the best bartender you ever saw.
I am, after 20 years, just getting started.
I am proud.
We are
family.
I am so proud to be part of this great organization of the culinary arts in Delaware.
I am the future.
And at the end of the day, no matter what anyone says, I am worth it.
I just bought a new house, and I'm proud of myself. Cheers.